Hi, everybody.
Hello.
How
Hi.
are you doing? Welcome to Bookmarked Chapter 13, the unlucky episode. Um,
It
today,
really is, though. It
no,
is
it is.
unlucky. That's
We had
why.
technical difficulties. This was supposed to be on Hailey's channel, but it wasn't working for some reason. YouTube hates her after doing Bookmas. They're like, calm down, Hailey. So it's on my channel, obviously. Today we're going to be talking all about book adaptations. So movies, TV shows. We have a lot of interesting book adaptation news that just happened yesterday and today. I think that's where a lot of it happened. So this is a perfectly timed episode. I am Zoe. You're on my channel, Read by Zoe.
I'm Hailey. You were supposed to be on my channel, but it's Hailey in Bookland.
And I'm Hannah, and my channel is A Clockwork Reader.
Yay! So we're all currently reading the same book because we are actually buddy reading a book together. We planned that last time, and people had doubts that we would ever actually do it. But haha, we proved you wrong. We're all reading Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand. I am on page 1.
You're on page 1?
Yeah, no, I'm on page 4.
Oh.
Yeah?
I thought you were like cruising along.
No,
Me
because I didn't
too.
want to start too early because you all had to get your
Oh.
I was
I'm
reading
on page 6, so like I'm not much better.
You're kidding me!
I know.
I don't know how far I think I'm fairly far into the audiobook. I think it said I was on like chapter 18 or something.
Oh, wow. How is the audiobook?
It's good.
Oh.
It's solid. It's a really weird book. There were parts where I was like, ooh. Like it was just
I probably should listen to the audiobook because one of the characters' names is Zoe, but spelled with a Y the wrong way. So reading it is making me really mad, but maybe listening to just Zoe, I'll be fine with. But yeah. So we're all currently reading. Are you guys reading anything else?
Yeah, I'm also reading The Truth About Keeping Secrets by Savannah Brown. This is an advanced copy that Savannah sent me, and I'm so excited. It's basically about this girl whose dad dies, and she starts kind of fearing death and getting suspicious about like his death. And yeah, it's really good so far. So excited about that.
Oh yeah, I've heard things about that. I'm so excited. So book adaptations. How do you feel about them? Let's just start it off like that.
I like them. I've learned to view them as different things. If you're expecting like a page by page, word for word adaptation, it's not going to work because they're not made for the same medium. So that's why I've learned to appreciate them as different things. Obviously, when there are like major artistic liberties taken, like specifically with Tim Burton's Through the Looking Glass, there is nothing about that that's Alice except for the title. Like, that's basically it. And I think at one point she does go through a mirror, but that is it. So that's a completely different story. But if you're staying true to the heart of the story and just trying to adapt it into a different medium, then I think it's fine. And I think that I have learned to have a different appreciation for both. That doesn't mean that I necessarily like all adaptations that I've seen, but I recognize that it's not going to work if you do page for page, word by word.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, I do see them as two very separate things. But I'm not like a huge movie person. So talking about book to movie adaptation specifically, I'm not a huge movie person. Like, I just don't really like watching movies very much. But I've noticed that all of my favorite movies are pretty much book to movie adaptations, like Pride and Prejudice, Howl's Moving Castle, all the Harry Potter films, all the Lord of the Rings films, like those are all book to movie adaptations. And I didn't really realize that until like we were thinking about doing this, and I was thinking about book to movie adaptations, and then I was like, all my favorite movies are book to movie adaptations. So yeah, I really like obviously some of them are not the best. But I think the way that like I view them is also the same way as Hailey. Like, they're just two totally separate things in my mind. And like, I never expect it to be like a perfect adaptation. As long as it gets like the heart of the story, that's what I'm looking for. But yeah, I feel like I've had less luck with book to TV show adaptations. Those have not been as great.
Shadowhunters.
Yeah, as a whole, they have not been as great as some book to movie adaptations. So I'm hoping that with some of like the new ones coming out, that they will be better. But yeah.
I have an interesting history with them because I used to go into them expecting them to be exact replicas of the books, but actually I think that every adaptation, even if it's not a good adaptation, it can get so many more people interested in the books. Like my dad watched the Percy Jackson movies before he read the books, and he was like, wow, this is a really interesting movie. I think I'll read the books. And the whole time I was sitting there like, no, this is not right. But he actually started reading the books, and now he's read all of Rick Riordan's books. And also, my best friend's mom is really into the Shadowhunters TV show, and now she's caught up with the Shadowhunters series. So even though they didn't work for me, I'm very grateful to them for getting more people interested in reading. And that's the reason why I started picking up like the Twilight series, why I got back into like YA books, because all of my friends were going to see Twilight together. And so I'm like, I need to read the book before I go. So I am very grateful to them, but they don't all work. But same with you, Hannah. Like all of my favorite movies are, almost all of them, are book to movie adaptations. But I haven't actually read a lot of the books that they're based on. I mean, before I watched them, like with Pride and Prejudice, I saw the movie before I ever read the book. I still haven't read Lord of the Rings, so yeah. I think maybe that's why they worked for me, though, is because I saw them without reading the book, so I wasn't judging them as adaptations. I was just judging them as movies.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about reading like the book first or watching the adaptation first? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I always try and read the book first, but the one time that I haven't, and usually, honestly, if I see the adaptation first, I don't generally want to go back and read the book, although every now and again I will. But I think it's because the one time that I did that was with It's Kind of a Funny Story. I saw the movie quite a few times, and then I read the book, and the book was completely different. So I didn't end up enjoying the book because they switched a lot of the characters, which just became really confusing for me. So it made it really unenjoyable. But I do generally, for that reason, try and read the books first.
I used to be very diehard, like, you need to read the book before you watch the movie. But I mean, I watched Dumplin' without reading the book, and I really enjoyed it. And now I had no interest in reading the book, but now I kind of want to read it because I had so much fun. And sadly, we did not get Hailey's butt in the final movie. I hope there's like a deleted scenes out there somewhere, and it's just a zoom in on her butt.
Yeah, wouldn't that be beautiful?
But yeah, I had to read the book. Once I started reading, like obviously with Lord of the Rings, I was 6 years old, so I wasn't like, I need to read like Fellowship of the Ring before we go. I don't know. I think now I'm way more loosey-goosey with like everything. I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do get me interested in the book.
Yeah.
One that if I was looking forward to reading it in the first place, I will read it before I watch the movie. But if it's something that I've never heard of, like Dumplin', I'll just watch it. And like same with the Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Pie Society. I had no idea that was even a book. I just watched it, and then I read the book, and I liked them both.
Yeah, I feel like very similarly because for me, I'm not like a huge stickler about like reading the book before you see the movie. I do prefer to read the book before I see the movie. But sometimes there are books where I'm like, I don't really know if I want to read that. And then I'll watch the adaptation and I'll be like, I really like that. And then it makes me want to read the book. And then I love the book sometimes even more than the movie or the adaptation. And that's why I like book to movie adaptations so much. I think they're so, so useful because of that, because they definitely motivate me to like read some books that I never would have picked up in the first place. Like Dumplin' is a really good example. Like, I want to read that book now because I thought the movie was really cute and I really enjoyed it.
The kid from Minutemen.
Yeah.
Grown up, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like you should just do whatever you feel like doing with those because
I think it's different with like if there's a spoiler, like a thriller or something. Like I need to read Bird Box before I watch the adaptation because I feel like it wouldn't be as impactful if I read it afterwards. But, you know, contemporaries.
Yeah.
I will assume that there's a happily ever after.
Yeah. Like You is a good example. Like I just watched the TV show adaptation of You, which is a pretty good like TV adaptation, I will say. I loved the book. I read it like 3 years ago, and then I watched the adaptation. I feel like if you had watched that before reading the book would have been kind of pointless. They do change stuff like a lot, so it is a bit different. But the book would have been kind of pointless because it would spoil a lot.
I'm halfway through it. I forgot I was reading it. That's why I still haven't seen the show, because I have to finish it. What about book to TV show adaptations? What do we think about that?
Watched any?
You haven't?
I don't think I've seen any.
I've seen a couple of good
examples.
ones recently, which I would say You is a pretty good one. They do take some liberties. They do change some things that I don't like. But as far as book to TV show adaptations go, it's definitely one of the best I've ever seen. I also really liked the adaptation of the series of Unfortunate Events.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw
I watched the first
episodes.
season.
I just finished season 3 like last week, the last season.
Whoa.
And I was watching it like as it came out.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
I watch a lot of TV, so
I watch a lot of movies, so there we go.
yeah. So I really like that one.
Game of Thrones. I haven't read the books.
Never seen.
I haven't read the books. I know I don't want to read the books because I know I won't like them. But I love the TV show. Like I'm obsessed with that TV show. I'm like counting down the days until it comes back in April. But apart from like those few, and the thing with Game of Thrones too is it like shifts so much from the book, because they ended up like just he'd finished like writing a certain amount of the books, and then they were like, okay, we can't wait for him to keep writing these books, so we're just going to change all of this to whatever we think should happen. So it does change a lot from the actual books. So that's like different there, which is why I think that one is better. And in my opinion, the later seasons are better. But
because they didn't stick to what he was doing. Whoa.
Not all the later seasons. Some of the early seasons are really, really good, but the most recent season is the best one in my opinion.
I've seen like 2 episodes, so
I watched them with you when I was at your house.
Yep, I watched those episodes.
Yeah. But in terms of other book to TV show adaptations, like Shadowhunters, not great. What's another one? Why can't I think of another one?
13 Reasons Why.
Oh,
I didn't watch any of that because I
don't
want to.
Detestable.
I can only think of miniseries. I think that's the perfect like amount. Like a book, they had to condense so much, like the Harry Potter books. And then a TV show, once they run out of content, they'll like go off on, or even when they have a lot of content, they'll just go like, let's do this.
Yeah.
But a miniseries, I think, perfect.
It's the perfect length. It's the perfect.
Big Little Lies. That was good.
I didn't watch all of that. I've seen like a couple of episodes, but
I don't know when they're making a season 2. I have no idea what they're going to do, but I'm still gonna watch it. Meryl Streep.
Miniseries is definitely a good length. I'm trying to think of another TV show. I know there's another one that I don't like.
Should we talk about the one that's coming out?
We're gonna get there.
Yeah.
I want to get there now.
We need to complain before we can rave, okay?
Yeah, I can't think of any more. I'm gonna look on Netflix.
Some miniseries are like the Pride and Prejudice miniseries, which like
the BBC.
Yeah, that's like okay. I mean, Colin Firth is the best in that, and whoever plays
Mr. Collins.
Collins.
Yeah.
Thanks for saving me. He is so gross and slimy. He's like a frog, like
he's perfect.
But he's perfect.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I much prefer the BBC miniseries of Emma.
So good.
It's just
so good. It's
Gwyneth Paltrow who? I don't know.
Oh no. I tried watching the Gwyneth Paltrow adaptation. I was like, this is not good. I'm sorry to anyone who likes it. But the BBC Emma is so good.
Oh yeah, they are making a Lord of the Rings prequel series. Wow. What is it based on?
I love Lord of the Rings. Probably the Silmarillion, like his stories and stuff. But no, I love Lord of the Rings. It's literally like one of my favorite movies. The trilogy is one of my favorite movie series ever. They're so good. But I don't even want a prequel. I even love The Hobbit, and everyone hates the Hobbit movies.
I only watched the first one.
I still don't want more.
Oh yeah, I forgot Pretty Little Liars. I read so many of those books, but then she kept turning them out, and
Yeah.
I don't know why I forgot that. I'm literally rewatching that right now. Literally right now. I'm on season 7. What?
Did you read the books?
No, I didn't. My sister read the first 4 books, and she told me like all the details about like everything that happened. So like as we were watching the TV show, we were trying to guess like if it's going to do what the book's going to do, and it doesn't. So that's an interesting show.
2 details from the books.
Yeah.
All of their names, and that's it. Oh yeah, Gossip Girl too. I never read any of those books.
Adaptation.
Really?
I didn't know for so long.
Oh, the Vampire Diaries. Did you ever read those?
Mm-mm. But I hate the show.
I mean, I have only seen the first couple episodes.
Yeah,
I've seen like the first 2 seasons. You don't love CW TV shows?
No.
The pinnacle of human existence?
No.
Art,
well, I don't like
culture.
I'm not big into like movies or TV, and the only TV shows that I watch are like things that I can mindlessly enjoy and not have to
or
think
rewatch 20 times RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yeah, exactly. That's really all. Like, I never like get super passionate about a TV show, except for the one that's coming out that I will be.
They're making a Pretty Little Liars spinoff.
Yeah.
Why?
The Perfectionists.
Oh,
that's awful.
I'm so confused.
Well, I was obsessed with that show as a kid. Like, I watched it. My friends and my sister and I watched it like all the time. Every time a new episode would come out, we'd have like watch parties.
That and Glee.
Glee.
Early high school, late middle school.
But we would have watch parties and everything for it. And then I eventually stopped watching. And then I started watching again. And I was like, wow, this is a lot. Oh, the other ones that I haven't seen, The Handmaid's Tale, which everybody.
Oh, I know.
I've seen the first.
I still need to read the book.
Oh, I read it in high school, so
I haven't read it. I haven't seen it either. So
terrible.
And then The 100 is another one.
I've heard the book isn't as good though.
What TV show is not based on a book?
Right?
Now that we're saying it.
Movies, yeah.
Well, The 100, Outlander. What else?
I forgot about Outlander.
I only read the first book. I watched the first season.
What is it called? The show
Shannara Chronicles. Yeah.
The one where he's an elf.
That was not great.
A blonde boy with elf ears. That's the most attractive they'll be. Orlando Bloom and what's his face? Austin Butler. Did you ever watch the Carrie Diaries?
No.
That's also based off of books.
Yeah.
But it also has Austin Butler. The only 2 things I know him from. Okay. Let's talk about upcoming book to movie adaptations. City of Ghosts. What?
Is that becoming a TV show or a
TV show movie? I don't know.
I think it's a TV show.
But they're aging her up so much.
Yeah, they're aging her up. Yeah.
It's gonna be, I think, in college, actually, not even high school. So it's very different, which doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah,
I'm confused because, like,
I haven't read the book.
So I love City of Ghosts and I love Victoria Schwab. So, like, I'm going to watch it. But, like, it doesn't make sense because it's literally a middle grade story. And the point is that she's, like, 12. Like, she's a child.
Yeah.
And they're not even, like, aging her up to, like, 15. It's literally, like, college. So I don't get, like, the point.
Well, her parents are, like, a ghost hunter show, right? So is she going to be in charge of the ghost hunter show? Like,
I'm assuming she's probably going to work with her parents on the show. But I don't know.
She's gonna fall in love with a ghost. There's gonna be some weird paranormal activity. I'm just gonna put it out there. Haven't read the book, but I know what they're gonna do with this. It's gonna. Oh yeah, they're making a Golden Compass TV show with. Isn't Lin-Manuel Miranda going to be?
Wait, I thought that was. I thought he was adapting Patrick Rothfuss's book, The Name of the Wind.
Is he doing everything? Probably.
Apparently.
There's honestly so many. The problem is all of these things get signed for, like the contracts are made, but how many are actually going to come to fruition?
Well, I'm
Like,
pretty sure he was in Wales. I think that's where they were actually filming the Golden Compass TV show.
Narnia, isn't Netflix doing Narnia again?
This is a very, like, I didn't realize how many books, book adaptations.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. TV show that I thought of. The Magicians.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't read the books.
That's
I have no idea.
I haven't read the books yet either,
but I love the show. I mean, it's bad, but I love it.
It seems interesting.
Uh,
But Grisha, can we talk about Grisha now?
Well, let's first talk about Turtles All the Way Down. We're gonna
Oh my
we're going to Grisha, okay? That's gonna be a very long discussion. I mean, not for me because I haven't read the books, but I mean for you two. Calm down. But Turtles All the Way Down is becoming a movie.
I'm really excited about that too. I don't know how.
Excited. I'm apprehensive though because
Yeah.
okay, I remember John Green talking about it in one of his videos, and he was talking about he doesn't know that if it'll ever be turned into a film because it would be such a difficult book to translate to film. Yeah, exactly. That's what he was saying. It's all internal. So how do you translate that externally to a visual form? So I'm kind of worried about that. But I'm interested to see what they do.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be a lot of voiceovers.
Probably. Or maybe they'll do something really like artistic with it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping.
Yeah. Because I think that it could get very cheesy very quickly. Like it could lose the impactfulness that the book has that makes it successful.
Yeah. But I'm hoping it's done well. Like I would love an adaptation of that because it's like my favorite book ever. So
I think it's gonna be hard to watch. If it is done well, it's going to be very hard for me to watch.
Yeah, for sure.
But I want to support it.
Yeah.
I think my worry with it is that there's not much of a plot that would hook people. Like there's
what is the plot?
There's kind of like the ghost of a plot. It's a bit of framework, but that's not what the story is focused on at all. And I can see them honing in on that one little thing and making that the whole story.
Yeah. I hope that's not what they do.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I'm talking about when I say like I like adaptations that capture like the heart of the story. So like if they choose to focus on that, it's not going to be the same story. If they choose to focus on just Aza's like internal dialogue, then it'll actually be, I think, a good adaptation. It could be done really, really well. It could be really different. So I'm hoping that they do something unique with it.
Yeah, I hope it's more of like I hope it's filmed like it's more of an indie movie than
that's what I'm hoping too.
Like a blockbuster. But it is John Green, and think of like The Fault in Our Stars. That was a huge movie, so I think it's going to be very like scrubbed clean.
Yeah.
So the Grishaverse.
I die.
I lost my mind yesterday.
Well, my house was flooding, so that was a nightmare.
With your tears.
Honestly, that's what it could have been, because I'm sitting there after my house has been flooding and I was home alone and it was absolute chaos. And then I see all of this on Twitter, on Instagram, and I was immediately deceased. I cry a million tears. I cannot. I'm so excited.
Me too. Because like,
oh my God.
I went to Leigh Bardugo's Crooked Kingdom book signing like 2 years ago or whenever that was. And I remember someone asked her a question about adaptations and if she'd like sold the rights or anything, or if we're going to get an adaptation. And she said that at that point she hadn't like sold the rights. Nobody was like adapting it. And she said that she does not plan to like sell the rights or like make an adaptation at any point unless she finds someone who she knows is going to do it like justice. And if she gets to be like part of the process, I think too. And so it makes me so happy because that means that she like finally found someone who is going to do this book justice, like this story and this world justice. And she's one of the executive producers. So like, it's going to be so good.
I don't know anything about the books. I still have to read all of these because we're going to a book signing in a few weeks. So I have to read all of these before we go for King of Scars. See, I don't even know what it is. I'm like very excited, even though I'm not like a fan of the books, just seeing how it looks like they're going to do these books justice. If you look at like what the writer, is it the writer or the producer?
I think he's the producer.
His Twitter is like a stan account. It's like amazing. And he's been tweeting about it for months apparently, and he actually looks like he's gonna. I don't know. And I really hope, because now I'm filled with hope, and I don't.
I will be devastated. Like this is like my City of Bones, you know. how all of you
Oh, I
were
didn't know
so
that.
excited for an adaptation.
Who?
This is me. I hope it doesn't turn out the same.
I
But
don't think it will. I feel like I've seen.
I don't think so
It's
either.
Netflix, and it's
Yeah.
more of like a
Yeah,
mini
I
series.
trust Netflix.
Like less amount of episodes.
Yeah.
And they can have however long of episodes they want because it's streaming. They won't need to lengthen plot lines or condense anything to fit like 45 minutes. And are they okay? Is it 8 episodes for all of these books, or is it 8 episode series, like seasons?
No, I think it's an 8 episode like mini series for all of them. And I think what they're doing is combining the timelines. Like that's what I think they're going to do. Because that would make the most sense. So I'm assuming they're just going to like put them in the same time. I'm trying not to like spoil anything. So like,
isn't there a lot happening? How is this? I mean,
there's a lot happening.
I have a feeling that they're going to focus more on the lore that is in the Grisha trilogy and incorporate that with more of the Six of Crows arc and characters. That's what I think will happen.
Oh my god.
Me too, because I don't care that much about the Grisha trilogy.
Yeah, it's Six of Crows, but I'm
Let's
like,
be honest, all I want is Kaz and Inej and Jesper and Nina. Like, that's what I need.
Will they be like hour to 2 hour long episodes?
I hope
How
so.
are they going to do this?
honestly,
I'm
I'll
sure
watch
they'll
it
be like
forever.
about hour-long episodes.
Yeah, I would think so.
8 hours of Grisha content. My heart cannot take that.
I cry.
People were asking if you have any fan casting ideas.
I don't know any actors or actresses, so I have nothing.
I saw
don't either,
people
but I saw a
tagging
Twitter
one
thread.
person on Twitter for
Yes.
Inej. I
Yes,
know,
because
like
she
a model.
She's a model and an actress. She tweeted, she's like, I get like offered roles a lot of the time and I turn them down because I don't feel any connection to the character. But I am Inej and all I want to do is like play her or something like that. How can we make this happen? Something along those lines. And she's perfect. I've seen so many like fan edits with her as Inej. I don't remember what her name is, but
people are saying Neelam Gill.
yes.
She's so pretty, but I didn't know that she was an actress as well. I just saw model and I was like, that's very presumptuous of you, but now I'm hearing that she actually can act.
I think she's also an actress because she's.
People are saying the Sprouse people. No, Cole Sprouse is not.
Take your original actors out of this adaptation.
People are saying him for John Ambrose McLaren as well, and no, I want an unknown person. Honestly, for like all of these book to movie adaptations or book to whatever adaptations, I want unknown people. I don't want famous actors unless they're like the older like adults who have like 2 lines, like the parents. Like, who cares about the parents in a YA adaptation? Nobody. But I want all of like the young people to be obscure.
Well, that's why to All the Boys I've Loved Before was good because Lana Condor wasn't like that famous before that, and neither was Noah Centineo or whatever his name is. Like, they were not that big, but like he was on Disney Channel, but like he wasn't huge before that movie, and it was great getting to see like new people.
And because you can fully make them the character, you don't see their previous roles when you're looking at them.
Exactly, like when Shailene Woodley was literally every YA.
Oh my god,
that was the time.
She was in everything.
Why are you in Amsterdam?
I don't know. But Cole Sprouse, no.
No.
I
don't want him to actually play Kaz because he's literally like 50. He's not 50. He's like too old.
Cole Sprouse?
No, Cillian Murphy.
Okay.
Cillian Murphy from Peaky Blinders literally is like the epitome of Kaz. He's beautiful and perfect, but he's like way too old to play Kaz, so...
They have that face smoothing software.
Yeah, sure.
There we go. I mean, they have 30-year-olds
play 17, but it's okay.
This is fine.
Like 35.
Oh, yeah, we're saying Ezra Miller. Yeah, he's one celebrity that I'd be fine seeing him in any role. Because I don't care. I just like him as a person. But any other like celebrity, I don't want them in my adaptations. But Ezra Miller, he gets a pass.
Who should he play? Who could he play though?
Everybody. I don't know any of the characters, but he can play any.
If he dyed his hair, he'd be a good Wylan.
Yeah.
Zoe says not knowing at all.
He can be whatever he wants to be, okay?
I want like a famous actor that I hate. We can use one of the Sprouse twins, or you can use Cole Sprouse to play Mal because I hate Mal. So
Amazing.
yeah.
Don't spoil things for me. Now I have to hate somebody.
But I hate him.
I don't want to commit to hatred yet.
Don't worry, you will.
Deep into it.
What else is coming out?
Oh, I was seeing people, what was it, Logan Paul? They were tagging him on Twitter. They're like, he should play what's his face?
Matthias.
No.
I have no idea.
I saw one of those tweets. Someone was like obviously joking. It was really funny, but like I think a couple of people actually meant it seriously, and I was like, how dare you disgrace Matthias this way?
Honestly.
Is that the one who was on Disney Channel?
No, that's the other one. I don't know. They're the same to me.
Yeah. One of them was on Disney Channel? Wow. I know
They
nothing.
fused together.
Honestly. What else was coming out? I feel like there were movies. I literally just did a video on this at Christmas.
P.S. I Still Love You. John and Rose McClaren.
Yep.
And then they changed the ending, so Lara Jean and John Ambrose McLaren end up together. Please.
Amazing.
All of my frustration.
Wait, someone said the Hush Hush is getting a movie adaptation.
I think I heard that too.
Sorry, I'm so shook right now. What?
You don't know that? I heard that.
I didn't know that. That book is literally 1,000 years old. Does anyone even care about it anymore?
I don't think so. But
isn't that like 2008 or something? That was
an older.
I was obsessed with that book post Twilight because it was like fallen angels and like tragic angsty romance. It was like it was exactly my thing in 2011 or whenever.
Oh, Artemis Fowl. Did you guys read that growing up? Oh my gosh. Well, I read them and my sister read them too. We were both like really into them. But it was coming out. They did whitewash somebody, so that's not great. But we are getting Judi Dench in it, so that's great, but also not the whitewashing. So but it looks cool.
Yeah.
Oh, another adaptation we're getting. I don't know when. Probably next year is my assumption. The sequel to Crazy Rich Asians. China Rich Girlfriend. Yeah. I'm so hyped.
Some more beautiful people.
Oh, and the Raven Cycle. Someone said the Raven Cycle.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
A Court of Stars. Yeah. We're getting a Raven Cycle adaptation.
It's called A Court of Stars?
No. A Court of Stars said that.
Oh.
In the comments.
I was like, that does not fit at all.
And then, of course, the Throne of Glass adaptation, but like...
That is happening?
I think that kind of fell off the face of the earth.
Did it?
Yeah, a little bit.
We're getting the after
Unless I
movie.
just haven't seen
it.
Yeah,
the after movie.
Oh, perfect. Can't wait
with
for that.
Young Tom Riddle. Young Tom Riddle is the main person in the after
go watch
movie.
It together.
Yeah. When does it come out?
I don't care. I'm gonna fly up to Canada.
Okay,
we're gonna watch it.
See you soon. Oh my god.
It's just so weird. Like I just look at him and I'm like, you're a child. You can't put your shirt back on, child. This is not allowed. It's based off of like Harry Styles fan fiction, right?
It is.
Oh, it is. Yep.
It's a lot.
So
they're working on a movie for Scythe, apparently.
Ooh. Oh, there's also The Sun Is Also a Star.
Yeah,
I think that comes out this year. I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, that should be good.
See Everything?
I did see Everything.
Was it okay?
I don't like the book very much, but I like the movie a lot more than the book. But I don't think it's like amazing. It's just like one of those like fun things to watch if you're just kind of sad. But The Sun Is Also a Star, I feel like it's gonna break my heart.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I love that book so much, and I think I'm gonna love the movie.
Yeah. Someone's talking about Illuminae Files, and I think one of my friends told me that it was becoming a movie by like Brad Pitt's production company or something.
Wild.
I know.
I was Brad Pitt to be in it.
Yeah.
Just in the background.
Perfect. The Nightingale is supposed to come out as a movie. Actually, Between Shades of Grey is coming out as a movie, but they renamed it to Ashes in the Snow because of the obvious associations with Shades of Grey.
Yeah.
That's supposed to come out, I think it's like a low budget thing. But that's supposed to come out this month, I believe. At least in the States. I don't know if it's coming out.
What else is coming out in 2019?
Yeah, I'm going to try and find my list from...
Oh, yeah, you had
I don't think it comes out in 2019, but I know that Daisy Jones and the Six has been picked up by Reese Witherspoon already, yeah. Which-
hail Reese Witherspoon for doing things
Honestly,
right.
yes.
she's
But
doing
also, can we
things.
please get an adaptation of Evelyn Hugo first? Because I'm dying.
Well, no. I want them to do Daisy Jones first because they can mess up that. Whatever.
That's true.
But then they'll learn from their mistakes and then they'll do Evelyn Hugo.
That's a good plan. Yeah.
And then, I don't know. Maybe we could be extras, but we'd have to be older, I feel.
In
I don't know.
Evelyn Hugo?
Yeah, I don't know. We could be like old ladies in it. I don't know.
Perfect.
I will literally be a dead body. I don't care. Like,
Oh my god.
Yeah, they can exhume my body from my grave, just plop me in there. Like it can be my actual dead body. I'd be fine.
taking method acting to the next level.
I care a lot about it. Evelyn Hugo
sure.
miniseries, Spectacular said that.
That would be amazing. One episode on each husband.
Ooh.
Yes, that would do so. Oh yeah.
Plus another episode because reasons.
Yeah.
I mean, 8 just sounds perfect.
Yeah.
I was like, one episode a decade, but you know, yours makes so much more sense.
One episode a day. Oh my god.
Her in the womb, and then she grows up.
Perfect.
There we go.
Did either of you guys watch The Miseducation of Cameron Post?
No, but I
No.
wanted to.
It was really good. I haven't read the book, and from the reviews I've seen for the book, it's very lengthy and it doesn't need to be. So I
Mhm.
don't think I'm going to read the book, but the movie was really well done. It was very impactful. So
Yeah,
that
I
one
want to
was
watch
good.
that one.
Yeah, you should. I would recommend. What else is there that's coming out in 2019?
Ooh,
Little
Jordan
Woman is coming out
Gennaro
again.
said, I want an absolutely remarkable thing adaptation. That could
That
be
would
be
very well
good.
done.
Yeah. Really,
It's
really
such
well
a
done.
visual novel.
It is.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I feel like that could easily be picked up too, because Hank Green.
Can he just
Yeah.
do it himself? He can do
be
everything
great.
else himself. So like,
Yeah.
come on.
Do like a YouTube show on what is it? Does Awesomeness TV still exist? They would do terribly.
Watch
with
like
it.
the whole thing be a live stream. I don't know. Like it's
Oh
all
my
done like
God.
in like it's kind of like the Lizzie Bennett Diaries,
Yeah, I was
but
gonna say that would be really cool.
yeah, he did that.
That would be
So-
interesting.
Ooh. Lost Girl of Neverland, I think you'll like this, Hannah, said, I want a night circus black and white movie with red accents. What do you think about
Me
that?
Too. That would be amazing.
That would be beautiful.
The Night
have to
Circus was
say.
picked up like forever ago, like maybe the year
Interesting.
after it came out or something. And then nothing came of it, and now it's just kind of
Oh.
been dead and sitting there.
Yeah.
And I'm so sad because we
There's
could have
probably
had an
so
amazing
many like
adaptation.
that.
Well,
Yeah.
I think there are almost like every book you hear of now, there
Yeah.
have been sold.
Cells.
Oh yeah, like Children of Blood and Bone has been, but we haven't heard anything about the adaptation.
The Percy Jackson musical. Can we talk about that?
So
I think when we're in New York, if it's out, let's see it.
I've seen it. I saw a touring thing.
the musical?
Yeah.
Of Percy Jackson?
Yes.
That's already
It
out.
came to Canada.
Oh my god, what is
It came
Canada?
to my city.
I literally did not even know that the second movie
It was a lot.
until like I one day randomly, like 3 years after it came out, saw it on like TV at a hotel.
Yeah. Where she's
I
all of a
didn't even
sudden
know it
blonde.
existed.
They tried to make it more accurate.
Well, yeah, they dyed
weirdly.
Annabeth's hair back.
Yeah,
like,
because like,
And then
so
they added
stupid.
Clarice.
yeah, oh, so bad.
Oh my
It was like
God.
5 years after the other ones, or even older. And then, I
Like, he's
mean,
supposed
they
to be 12 in
tried.
the first one, and he's literally like 18, and then in the second one, he's like 25.
It's like, I'm just a little 13-year-old.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah. It says Percy Jackson musical was off Broadway. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
People are saying it was good.
Off Broadway.
In Canada.
At least who I saw, it was interesting. I don't know who it was. Maybe it was like the local college or something, but it was bad. It was not
I'm
good.
very interested.
Yeah, it was a lot. I think I also went at like 8 a.m, so I was falling asleep.
It was in Canada. 8 a.m. Where did you
Who performs a musical at 8 in the morning? Either you have a matinee or
Percy
a
Jackson.
show.
I don't know. Well, it was for a school.
Did you dream all of this?
No,
think
I
she
was
did.
there.
Okay.
I swear it happened.
You know, something that we need is a Diviners miniseries
Yes.
/
Yes,
movie
yes,
/
yes.
Please. That would be
I just
so
want.
good.
I feel like Netflix is who I put my trust in right now. And I
Yeah.
hope that they don't violate my trust, but I feel like they would do some really good things. I also saw that they like tweeted out asking what adaptations people would like to see, which is
Yeah, they
very
did.
encouraging. So I think they're seeing that like, and a bunch of people tweeted them with Diviners as well as a bunch of other things, but it's encouraging to see that like the success of To All the Boys I've Loved Before has encouraged them to seek out different things, you know.
Yeah. Definitely.
What is-
I have a lot of trust in Netflix too for
Yeah.
adaptations right now.
Yeah.
It seems like they get the authors more involved.
They do.
Oh, yeah.
Or at least they have them guest star in it. Like Jenny Han is the teacher at the dance.
I didn't even notice that, to be honest. We haven't talked about the Hate You Give adaptation yet.
I haven't seen
Oh
it.
yeah. I haven't seen it either.
Oh my god!
Yeah, no, when you guys are here, let's watch it together.
Yes,
oh,
we
I'll
should.
sob again.
Yeah.
It was so
I wanted to so badly.
good.
I just couldn't while it was out.
Yeah, it was so good.
I know
Like,
I'm gonna
really, really
die.
good. I
But I'm
hope
so
that
excited to watch that one.
I don't think it's gotten any award buzz, but it really should have. Like, it was phenomenally done, in my opinion. Like, one of the best movies I've ever seen. I just feel like the adaptations this year were so strong. Like,
They learned from their mistakes of past adaptations.
well, Love, Simon
Ugh,
was incredible.
so good.
It was better than the book.
good. Oh my
I agree,
god.
better than the book.
Yeah. It was fantastic.
It kept the heart of it, but then it just made
Mhm.
much smarter decisions.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What
There
is? Oh, sorry. What?
Oh no, sorry. I was just gonna say there are a couple of like lines here and there from the book that I prefer that they just didn't include in the movie
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But as a whole, I think it works better as like a film.
Yeah.
It's like one of those like classic teen films now.
For
And
sure.
it's so perfect.
Yeah.
I forgot they did The Darkest Minds.
I never
Did you
watched
see
that.
it? I didn't see it. I mean, I didn't really like the book. How was it?
I watched it because I was watching a bunch for my video, and I feel like if you hadn't read the book, you would be super confused. There's not really an explanation given for anything. There's not really much motivation for things. Like, I read the book a long time ago, so I don't have that much memory of it, and I was pretty confused. I was like, wait, what? Like, there are certain things that jogged my memory, but at the same time I was like, and at least like Liam was one of my favorite book boyfriends, and I think that his character was good, but the relationship was weird. I don't know, it was a choice. It was like they found CGI and they were like, yes, this is perfect.
Wolfgard23111 said, I think the people who made The Darkest Minds forgot they made that movie. So
honestly,
I feel like after it came out and it was out for like
so
maybe a
bad.
week, it just disappeared.
Yeah.
Like no one talked about it anymore. It wasn't at theaters anymore. Like it went away.
Yeah.
I mean, I also think it was so long after the book came out, or I don't even remember when the last book came out.
I think
I only read the first one.
It's so long after the hype of dystopian. People aren't really into the Hunger Games thing anymore. So it's kind of a fad thing that it's just not, it wasn't its time. Maybe if it had come out closer to that, like, I don't know. I feel bad for Alexandra Bracken. So
Yeah.
They're
not going to.
Also Amandla, because they are amazing, and like they did the best that they could with that role, but
wait, Hannah, you're an extra in The Hate You Give and you haven't seen it.
Yeah, and she hasn't talked about it.
Okay, I couldn't go. I couldn't go while it was out. Do you know how bad I feel? I wanted to go so badly. I literally bought a ticket to go and I couldn't go.
Oh no.
I'm so sad.
That's tragic.
Remember how they didn't make the second part of Allegiant? Oh no.
Wait, question. What am I saying? What is everyone's least favorite book to movie adaptation? or book to TV show adaptation? I don't know if someone asked that question, but like I'm assuming someone probably asked it, but I'm asking it anyway.
I feel like I'm forgetting so many. Oh my god. Okay, but I also hated the book. But Beautiful Creatures, horrible, horrible.
Oh, I have a DVD of that.
Oh, no.
Oh gosh. Oh, we got so many comments. Yeah, a lot of people are saying Percy Jackson.
Yeah, Divergent.
Divergent. I thought I liked the first movie.
I liked the first one too.
I didn't see Insurgent. I thought it was, well, I mean, I was very into that first book, and I thought it was a good adaptation of that. But oh yeah, Paper Towns was bad. They didn't even film it like here in my area. They filmed it in North Carolina, but no. The Green Brothers went to my school. It was based on my old, it's based on my old high school. Like the school there and like the community, it's like, yeah. So
wow.
I'm upset because it's my area. So I just don't like Cara Delevingne. Like I don't like her acting.
Yeah, she was not good for that role. Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, that was a choice.
Wait, which one's yours, Zoe?
I can't think of one that I hate so much. I mean, like, obviously, like, Percy Jackson, I think it's just Shadowhunters, because I tried to just watch it. Like, I tried to suspend, like, my analyzing of that, but I could not.
See, I don't think,
also, the fact that Simon is just so good in that, and Valentine, they're just, like, two good actors, and they deserve better.
I feel like I'm not that mad about Shadowhunters because I didn't really expect anything from it. Like, I just didn't care. And, like, maybe if I was, like, still super in my love of, like, the Mortal Instrument series, like, maybe if it had come out when I was, like, 12 or something, or 13, I'd be really angry about it. But, like, I didn't expect anything from it. So that one didn't make me upset. Percy Jackson, I just find funny at this point.
Yeah, that's why I can't think of too many that I hate.
I have one, and I feel like mine is controversial because I feel like this is everyone's like favorite book to movie adaptation. They're like, it's so good. It did such a good job. I hate the Hunger Games movies. I think they're terrible. I think that they are a terrible adaptation of the books. I think they completely miss the point of the books, and I hate them.
I mean, I had such a crush on Josh Hutcherson since Bridge to Terabithia and RV.
Yes.
So, like,
amazing book to movie adaptation, by the way.
Wait, what?
Bridge to Terabithia is such a good book to movie adaptation.
So good. But so I think I was just distracted by my love for Josh Hutcherson. But I thought they were
like shamelessly. I enjoyed them.
Yeah.
I hate them. I hate them because, in my opinion, all they focused on was like the love triangle.
Oh, for sure.
I completely missed the point that like the books are trying to make, which is the fact that everyone only focuses on those things, and then the movie literally did what the book is pointing out. And I'm like, you guys missed the whole point, and I hate it. And I think a lot of people love it.
A lot of it was internal too, like her PTSD and all of that. Yeah. So I think it's not my least favorite. I genuinely enjoyed them, but and I thought they were accurate, like plot wise. But I think that like the heart isn't as like.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I also can't stand Jennifer Lawrence as Katniss. I think it's the worst casting decision they've ever made. So
I just don't see her and Peeta like.
Yeah, they don't. Josh Hutcherson deserved better.
Yeah.
Honestly, I prefer Trapped in the Island with Josh Hutcherson.
I actually wrote that.
Amazing.
Oh, people are saying Twilight? Okay, hold up.
Twilight's an amazing adaptation.
Hold up. That CGI baby? That's CGI
oh my
baby.
God. It looks like a sim toddler.
It does.
It looks like the Sims and the toddlers in it.
I genuinely sobbed in the theater during Breaking Dawn Part 2. All of my friends were with me. All of them were dry-eyed just looking at me. But I was straight up sobbing in the movie theater. People were turning around because I'm just like, you know, like the end when they're in the meadow and it's just like the flashbacks. Gets me every time. But I genuinely enjoyed them. Not because they were good movies, but, well, I mean, Breaking Dawn Part 2. I
think they were very smart with that.
Yeah, but I also stand by the fact that the first one is really good. Like, it's actually a good movie.
The last one.
No.
No. Okay, that war scene, like the battle scene.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's exactly.
Yes.
Like
That was really smart. That was like really well done. But that's
Yeah.
the only part of the movie that's well done.
You
I
named
agree.
my daughter after the
agree.
Loch Ness
That's from
monster.
the book.
Oh.
But the just the passion behind those words, and then when Jacob is taking off his pants, you know.
I think of the Twilight movies, Eclipse is the worst one by far.
Obviously.
Except for, let's face it, I am hotter than you. That line is incredible.
Okay, so when you're over at my house, we're going to watch all of the Twilight movies, and then we're going to round it off with the hate you give.
Awesome.
Amazing.
I love it.
Oh,
We haven't talked about the Book Thief adaptation either. I
haven't
forgot
seen
that
it.
existed,
I haven't seen
to be
it.
honest. My God!
I
want
also
it,
read the
though.
book in
We
sixth
can
grade,
add
so I don't
that.
remember.
That was a good one too. I feel like it was really well done. I don't know. Oh, I had never read the book.
Oh,
I read the
crush
book.
on Zero back in the day.
I read the book in fifth grade because we had to read it for class, and then we watched the movie as a class too. Oh my God, I love that movie. I love that book. Oh, it was so
I've
good.
never read the book or seen the movie.
Can we watch Holes? I want to watch Holes.
No, oh my gosh. It was on Netflix like a year or two ago, and I watched it and it holds up. It's good. And I remember I was in my hip hop class in elementary school, and you know that you gotta
what an
go
image.
dig those holes. That was the song we danced to.
Oh my God. Wow.
Remember the Delirium movie / what was going to be with Emma Roberts?
What?
They made a pilot of it was going to be a TV show, but then they turned it into like a movie because they didn't pick it up.
I didn't know that.
Bad.
Can we watch that?
I don't know where you would even find it, but someone mentioned it in the comments.
Oh, speaking of another really bad adaptation, have you guys seen Fallen?
I read the book.
Is it an
By Lauren
adaptation?
Tate.
It's
There's
out?
an adaptation. It was like straight to DVD. I think it's free on Amazon Prime. I think you can watch it on Amazon Prime. I watched it with my friend because we had like a day of binging like bad book to movie adaptations. Oh my God, it's so bad, but so fun to watch.
Wait, what?
You have to watch it. Fallen is the worst.
It
/
is.
the best.
Hello. Jeremy.
Beastly. Wait, why aren't we talking about Beastly?
I never.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wait, I did see that.
Oh
Yeah,
my
with
God.
Vanessa
I hadn't read the
Hudgens.
book, though.
Mary Kate Olsen.
I literally reread the book like a few weeks ago because I wanted to watch the movie again. Oh my God, it's so bad, but it's so good.
It's Fallen is $13 on Amazon Prime.
And it used to be free. I watched it and I did not pay for it, so it was free.
Oh my gosh. One that I liked way more than the book was The Duff.
Oh, I haven't seen that or read it.
I mean, it's not the best movie by far.
It's not the best movie or book, but
it's really fun. Like it's much more fun than the book. The book was much more serious, and I did not like it, but that was a good one. Oh,
another adaptation I love that I don't think we mentioned at all. The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Yeah, that
I
one
love
was
that
really
movie
good.
with all of my heart.
Yeah,
except for
really
Emma
good.
Watson's accent.
American accent,
yeah.
Charlie.
That's a lot, but besides that, it's a great adaptation. Also, Ezra Miller again.
That's where I first. Oh, and that was when I was deep into my what's his face crush. I don't even remember his name.
Logan Lerman.
Logan Lerman. He was in the Three Musketeers movie too, with like long hair.
You're right.
Peak Logan Lerman.
Wow.
I guess I just like guys with long hair because I'm just thinking of like Orlando Bloom as Legolas. Like we found the common denominator. Did you see A Wrinkle in Time?
No.
I never saw the movie, but I read the book.
I mean, I didn't love the book, but I did not like. I thought it was very visually interesting, but I did not like. I don't think it was well executed plot wise. And they had Oprah in it and Mindy Kaling. They had really big, like heavy hitters in that, and they couldn't even save
Reese
it.
Witherspoon in that too?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And Chris Pine.
Yes. Yeah.
As a dad with a beard.
Yep.
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh my God.
We should probably, like, if we're gonna take questions, just take like a couple more, and then
Oh yeah, we've been talking for a while.
We have
I've been bad at keeping time because I just get really into talking about book to movie adaptation.
We'll have to do a part 2 at
Yes.
some point.
Let us know in the comments. Well, first, if you have any questions, but also let us know what is one book that you really want to be adapted and one that you would never want to be adapted. Because I think that's very interesting. Let's talk about that. What is one book that you don't want them to touch? Infernal Devices.
Infernal Devices. Absolutely. Fully agree.
I want to see Gem,
Oh no.
but I don't want them to do him dirty, you know?
See, the only way that I'd be okay with it is if someone new started readapting the Shadowhunter books, like the Mortal Instruments, and it was going really well. And then I'd be like, okay, you can touch this now. But apart from that, no. Like, I think that should be left alone.
I don't really have one that I can't think of one at least that I would never want to see. 2 things. One, I want them to do Alice, but I want them to do it right and not like the Tim Burton ones are fine. They're just
But they're
they
Tim
take
Burton
so
movies.
yeah. Like I want like a live action remake like Beauty and the Beast got. I want it like that. It might be, I don't know how it would translate into that medium, but I would like to see it. But one that I'd really like to see is Warcross by Marie Lu. I think that would be fascinating. Really
I haven't read that, so
it's a really interesting world, and like I feel like has potential to be a better version of Ready Player One.
I hated that movie. I mean, like, now that I think about it, I hated the book. I mean, I liked it when I read it, and now I'm like, what? But the movie was so bad.
I liked it. I also, like, I have really low expectations for movies, though.
But she has, like, a birthmark, and it was so, like, non-existent. And then he's like, oh, I guess I like your face. Like, I can see past your grotesque birthmark. That, like, she's so pretty, and it was just, like, faint. And then there
were definitely things I didn't like about it, but I felt like I was entertained. I don't know. I know I'm in the unpopular opinion with that one.
I would like to see more animated adaptations.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay, because like Howl's Moving Castle is an amazing adaptation of that book. I think it's so much better than the book. Like, yes, I love the book, but like it's such a good adaptation. And I feel like there's so much they can do with animated adaptations.
I want all the middle grade ones. I think they deserve to be because they don't, unless they actually go for kids. Like they just need to animate them because adults are into animated movies too.
Yes.
Like way more than if we had like teenagers playing 12-year-olds.
I feel like Land of Stories would be really interesting to see an animated adaptation of.
Yes, Percy Jackson animated.
That would be great.
That's what I was talking about. Do we have any questions?
I feel like actually since I just read the Wayward Children series, I feel like I would enjoy that more as a miniseries or something. And I feel like it lends itself to it. I feel like they could make the timeline work because the books are so disjointed to me that I feel like they would be able to like interweave all the things that are in the different books into something that actually makes sense. I don't know. I think that could be interesting.
We're so quiet.
Sorry, I was reading the chat to see what
sitting
people
in
are saying.
silence.
One that a lot of people are asking is there an adaptation that you'd want to be remade to get a second chance of? Or a third or a fourth chance?
The Mortal Instruments? I mean, I feel like how much worse can they get? Like if they do another adaptation?
I'm sure they could do it.
Hailey has faith in them.
I think that they could do much worse.
It's just like I feel like nothing would be lost if they tried to do another one. Is my point, you know?
Yeah.
So like, why not? Go ahead, try. Somebody said a animated adaptation of Saga. I fully agree. Please do that. I want it so badly.
They're right here too. All of these books we're talking about are so handy right here.
Perfect.
I just read 4 of them in like 2 days. So I am fully on board with that. One that I'd want to be remade. I would love to see a miniseries of Harry Potter, or following the Marauders, which I think.
Can J.K. Rowling not write this?
That's what I was going to say. I think she should maybe lend the story, but then someone else writes the script, because she's not a script writer.
Except not Jack Thorne, because he apparently also cannot write a script.
No.
Sorry.
So someone else.
Or maybe just leave Harry Potter alone entirely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're making a Little Women adaptation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And not that cheap independent movie that they just made last year that has the worst.
This
Look
has
up,
so many big names.
what was his name? The person who was in High School Musical? Lucas Grabeel?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Look up on YouTube I think it was a 2018 adaptation of Little Women that had the mom from Switched at Birth and Lucas Grabeel, who was also in Switched at Birth. It's like a modern adaptation of Little Women, and your life will be changed, because it looks like they tried very hard. So I'm giving them credit, but also, what was their budget?
This one must have a huge budget, though, because there's so many big names in it. The one that's coming out in 2019.
Oh, the new one, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
like
talking about
Meryl
Lucas
Streep.
Grabeel.
No, I know. Meryl Streep, Emma Watson. People have told me how to say the Irish girl's name, but I always forget, and I don't want to say it wrong.
Saoirse Ronan?
I thought it was Saoirse or something like that.
It's Saoirse. Also, Timothy,
Saoirse.
blah, 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 blah. I forgot his last
Chalamet?
name. Yeah, I forgot his last
All the people with their names. Yeah.
name.
So I'm excited. Saoirse, yeah. Someone just said
That's
Saoirse.
right.
Nailed it.
Oh, yeah. Dylan from Dylan Is Reviewing said, I feel like they used most of the budget for the new one just on the casting. Yes, I'm not
Honestly.
sure what
I don't
it
think
will
you
be.
need a big budget for like set design. I guess costumes you would need. I don't know. I'm
But
curious what
also,
the budget would be.
It's not my favorite classic, so I
No,
don't really
it's not
care what
mine.
they do. I just want to see people on screen.
Perfect.
Also, if we could have a man with long hair, I'd be fine with that.
That's all Zoe wants.
Oh my
In
god.
everything.
I didn't realize until today.
Yeah.
So do we have any last? Oh yeah, Greta Gerwig is who did Lady Bird is doing that. So that'll actually be pretty interesting. Okay. The Raven Boys show. Yes, I don't know who they're going to cast, but I'm available to be
Perfect.
anybody. I will be Chainsaw the Raven coming at you 3D.
I'll be a random tree in Cave's water. I
Yeah.
don't care.
I'll
That'll be
just be Cape's water.
Okay. You just be laying there and everyone's walking over you.
Sounds about right.
Do we have any last minute questions? I feel like we didn't really answer any questions. We just talked.
I mean,
It's
but
fine.
yeah, I feel like we answered a lot of questions anyways that people would have had.
We answered some general questions that I feel like most people.
Exactly.
We might do a second part of this later with more plot to our topics.
Maybe towards like the end of 2019 when like
Mhm.
some of the adaptations from this year have come out.
Yeah.
Talk more about those, yeah.
All about them. So let's talk about our BookTuber of the week.
Bless
Bless you! Oh, honey bun. She's sick. But our BookTuber of the week is Katie from Girl About Library. She goes to the library a lot. If you couldn't tell by the name of her channel. I really enjoy watching her videos. She's very sweet and I very much recommend. Her channel is listed down below in the description if you want to check her out. And yes, what are we going to talk about next week? We're talking about how to read more.
Yeah,
That's what it is. And hopefully it'll be over on Hailey's channel if we can get live shows working over on her channel, because that's why we were on my channel today. But if not, it'll be on Hannah's. And if hers doesn't work either, it'll be on mine.
And if yours doesn't work,
we'll just
we'll create a new channel.
yeah.
Perfect.
So thank you for watching and for commenting. I had a lot of fun just chatting about book to movie adaptations. Sorry it didn't really have any direction, but maybe next time. Thank you for watching, and we'll talk to you all next week. Hope you like this new date and time, because from now on we will be having our live shows on Fridays at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So hopefully it works. Thanks for joining, and we'll talk to you next week. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.